Hello, everybody. It's Sam here from Cause Talk Live, and today, Cause Talk Live. Wow, thermal cosplay. I'm a little tired today. Sorry, guys. Cause Talk Live will be tomorrow. Today is thermal cosplay, and I am putting together pieces of 3D printed plastics that I acquired from Cyanox Studios. This is more parts of my Mandalorian Merida. I have made a lot of progress, but I just have some little finishing touches to put on things, and so here we are at the stage of gluing on the last pieces for the chest armor. So, woohoo! Welcome. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to step away for 1 second to make sure everything's working for my music, and then we'll just go ahead and get started and working on putting these 3D printed objects together. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Cool. All right. The music's going, and we are go ahead to get crafting. So, hello, welcome, and let's get started. Before I start gluing these 3D objects together, I would like to show you another piece of my Tamatoa that I finished recently. So I finished these little head antenna for Tamatoa because I'll be finally getting some photos of that soon. And to attach it, I have the Cause band from Cause Gear, and there are 2 magnets in here so that when I put the wig on, I can put this band on underneath, and then my antenna snap right on. I have really tiny itty bitty magnets at the bottom of these antenna, and I can rotate and adjust them any way I please, and they magnetize pretty well. To attach the magnets, I used Cause Bond and the reinforcer, and this part of the antenna will be wrapped around with hair, so I wasn't concerned about whether or not it was painted. And that's that. So I am pretty excited with what happened with the Tamatoa antenna. They turned out really well, and they're lightweight and cute. And now we can move on to checking out this 3D printed breastplate. This is what was used for, this pattern is what the armor wore in The Mandalorian. But I am using it for Mandalorian Merida. I have these little, since my sewing table and my crafting table are the same, I have these little cutting boards you can get from IKEA for like $1.29. And I use them to paint on and cut things on and do all manner of work on so I don't get my tabletops dirty, because I'm clumsy and I'm bound to get things dirty. All right, so I'm just going to take some of this super glue and I'm going to put it right along the edge of this print here. This is always the nervous stage for me, is getting the super glue attached and ready fast enough to where I don't have to apply more. So I have to be very specific about where I put it and how much I put it. And I don't want to have too much super glue that I have to clean up afterwards. So I use the super glue gel, and then I brush it on with, they have a brush, some of them come with a brush, and I prefer to get the Gorilla Glue super glue gel that comes with the brush so that I can control where I'm putting the super glue, because liquid super glue is really difficult to control, so I'm not really fond of it. I'm pretty sure this is the gel that sets really, really fast. So I'm going to line everything up and start putting it together. This is definitely tricky. going to hold this like this for a little while some of the paint settles. And then what I'm going to do is acquire my Cosbond reinforcer because I was going to put it on the back of the armor to reinforce the seam. Thank you, Kat. Happy crafting day. It's Saturday, guys. Can we believe it? It's crazy. So this is not really sticking right now. If it doesn't stick, I'll use the other glue, Gorilla Glue gel I have. I have a lot of super glue, so we can make things work. Yeah. I don't think this one's working. So I'll use my stronger gel. Sorry, that's going to be loud. This gel likes to settle at the bottom, so you kind of have to smack it. Get it free. This gel has a really small nozzle too, but it's trickier to control because it comes out faster. So that's why I usually use the brush, but I think for this join, I'm going to need a thicker coat of super glue. So, getting this on the edge is so tricky. Adding that Cosbond reinforcer to the inside of this is going to make my life so much easier. All right. So, get everything all lined up and apply pressure. This is the part of cosplay where you just sit and wait for super glue to settle, and you hope everything lines up the way you want it to, and everything works the way you want it to, and you're just kind of like sitting there wondering, is this going to work? Is it going to fit? Am I going to have to add filler? I think I'm going to use filler on this one. I think I still have some silicone filler, just because there is some gapping on this one. All right, super glue, come on. I just need you to set. Please set so that I can move this. I have this problem with the other ones too. I feel like 3D printed objects and super glue take longer to get along, which is weird. Because you think it'd be less time. But it does not appear to be. Smart, it takes longer. Hello, Sean. Thank you for joining the stream. I am just holding two super glued objects together and hoping that the glue settles soon. Please, super glue gel, settle. Settle. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Starting to see, oh, nope. So this joint is being real stubborn. Let me get some Cosbond. Anytime I have a stubborn joint, I've been using Cosbond to help me lately. All right. Uh-oh. My cutting scissors have disappeared. I have fabric scissors here and not cutting scissors. Let's see here. I am working on making the armor, the chest piece for Mandalorian Merida. So this is 3D printed by Cyanox Studios. And now I am trying to super glue the pieces together. But the super glue, for some reason, is not setting, which is weird. I normally don't have this problem. So what I'm thinking of doing is taking some Cosbond and cutting it and putting it right here to keep the glue together intact. So I'm going to go get scissors because my other scissors appear to have walked away. Oh, that's the problem with scissors. If anyone's familiar with it, scissors just like to walk away. Go about their merry ways. You never know where they go. There we go. But I always have scissors in a drawer over here so that if I can't find my other scissors, I've got more scissors. Okay, so I'm going to take the Cause Bond reinforcer, and I'm actually going to cut a strip out of it. Okay. So I want this strip to help me keep everything in place. There we go. Okay. Cut this off. There we go. So let's take the tape. We'll start peeling the back off. Okay. Because I think this is just heavy and it needs something to help make it set. Which that makes sense. If the plastic's too heavy and the glue doesn't have time to settle and make a bond, obviously it would be difficult for the super glue to settle. So I have this curse of tiny hands. Okay, just gonna put it on this side like this, and then there we go. That's helping. Okay. All right. Sometimes you just need a little bit of a helping hand when you're putting stuff together. So you haven't used Cause Bond. It's incredibly useful for getting stuff put together, especially when you're trying to line up 3D prints. This helps significantly. So it's just strips of adhesive that you can adjust and work with. All right, let's see here. Let's get this. Okay, so I'm starting to get the pieces to go together. Hope guys, all of you are having a good Saturday. It's a weekend. Time to kind of reset your energy and relax. If you can, if you're one of those people that can relax, awesome. If you can't, I hope you get to do something fun this weekend that helps you relax. All right, now I gotta get a bigger strip of reinforcer, put it along the back, But now that I've got this kind of put in place, okay. Yeah. All right, now that I've got this put in place, we will get a bigger piece of the reinforcer to go down the whole back. All right, this spare piece over here. And we'll start here. Okay. And we've got this put together. So now I need to just fill some zones with adhesive and we'll be good. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna let this settle here. And I think this, actually hang on. I've got the armor here. Yeah, that looks awesome. Okay. I'm trying to remember, where did this one go? I think it went on the top. I think it goes here. Like that. All right. I need to look at a picture. I'm trying to remember how the armor goes. Let's see here. Sometimes you just gotta look at pictures because that's how you remember stuff. The armor, Mandalorian, images, let's see for armor. Okay, so I think that gets tucked in. Okay. It's good time to figure it out. I'm just like, where do I do this? Okay, I think I've got the pattern for how to glue on the green stuff now. Just how to look at this. Just trying to figure it out. Okay, got it. All right. So this goes on here like that. There. All right, cool. So then, let me see if I can get some super. Let's see if the super glue works on it now. If it doesn't, I will once again use some tape. Super glue, yay! I'll probably still use some reinforcer afterwards. Stacking Mando armor. It's good times. Okay. So now I'm just holding this little green thing in place. Yay. If you haven't worked with 3D printed armor before, you'll need to note a couple things. It doesn't come out perfect, so there will be like all these little lines and striations that you'll either need to sand off or fill and then sand and prime, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. I fill mine usually with a silicone caulk and wood glue is my primer to kind of smooth everything out. But there's lots of different options, lots of different ways to do it. It really just depends on how you want to tackle your 3D print. So I'm beginning to wonder if my super glue is old. So I've never had this problem with super glue before. No. And I haven't sanded properly, so if it misbehaves again, oh well, I will just use more Cosbond. And then I have to break out the felt for this again, wherever I put the felt. Yeah, it's not sticking. It's just like trying to stick, but it's not doing it. Apply some more pressure, see if that works. Yeah, that's weird. Alright, oh well. Cosbond it is until I figure out what the heck's going on with my super glue because it's clearly not working on this piece. Yay! I guess that happens sometimes, right? Stubborn super glue. Alright, well, the whole point of me to buy Cosbond was to use it, so we're just using more Cosbond, which is fine. Okay, so I go from here to here. Alright. Okay. And this reinforcer works really well too if you're looking for like a really strong adhesive that isn't toxic. Non-toxic strong adhesive. Cosbond reinforcer is your friend. All right. After a couple coats of wood glue, this should be super helpful too. Keep it in place. Okay. Right. Tape is nice and sticky. Okay. That was pretty fast. So we've got a chest piece here now. It's pretty cool. Okay. So now that we've got the chest piece built out, we know the super glue wasn't working. Let's start getting some I'm thinking we get some felt on here first, and then we'll put the super glue on. Because, or not super glue, wood glue. I swear I know what glues I'm using. When sometimes we need a little brush. Let's see here. The glue should be in here. I think I put my open wood glue elsewhere. That is the closed wood glue. I want to use the new wood glue. That's wood glue. There we go. All right. Wood glue. And then we need to find the felt. Okay, so there we go. Cool. Got some sandpaper too. All right. So before we move on to the wood glue, we're going to take that sticky felt from before, and we're going to start laying strips in here. So let me clean up some of the spare stuff I have going on over here. There's this last little piece here. Reinforce. Now I'm putting this felt in for lining and sweat wicking and reinforcement, because over time plastics and other things will erode, and so you want to protect them. There we go. Starting to get a better adhesion in here too. So that's good. You guys have any projects you're working on? I've just been steadily making progress on this Mandalorian Merida. I like to have clean insides on my costumes. So I really like to have anything raw inside of them. It's just kind of a pet peeve of mine. Try to have really clean seams and edges, and even if I have to fill things up sometimes, like put filler and stuff, that's cool. I just don't want to see any gross edges. Anything raw that could have been treated hasn't been, kind of takes away from the allure of the costume, even if no one's going to see it. Which I very much doubt anyone's going to see this, but I do need to get, when I'm doing this part, what I think I am going to do is I am going to get some D-rings for here and here before I fully cover this in felt, so that I can put my attachments and then do my cause bond and my reinforcer and get that all in place. We'll have a really strong, reading system here. And for like $12, so many sheets of sticky felt. Super, super useful investment. This will also make it more comfortable to wear. So I don't know if you guys have ever just worn plain old armor. It's not exactly comfortable directly on the skin. There we go. All right, starting to get nice, clean inside. Yay! It's starting to look good. Woo! All right. Oh, sounds like my dog is hearing something. I have a big dog. So you hear barking. Sorry. She's a little crazy sometimes. All right. So I would like to put this right on the edge. There you go. Now I can do it on the same exact other side. Oh, never mind, I don't have enough. Okay, that's fine. All right, so before I go, all right, let's get some D-rings so that we have attachments to go here, and then on the top of the armor too. D-ring time. Let's see here, I've got quite a few of these. And here, I believe, it's my D-ring bag. When you have too many connectors, the costumes, found them. All right. All right. So I have a bag of D-rings here. Let's see, what size do I want? These are too small. I think those are kind of small too. There's more of those dark ones. No. All right, let's go all the same color, and we'll do those 4. All right, so I need the correspond and I need the reinforcer. So here's the reinforcer, and then I'm getting some correspond as well. Right here. And I'm going to place my scissors underneath. All right, so I'm going to take these D-rings. I'm going to trim off some of the correspond so I have something to initially adhere it to this with. And then I'll put the reinforcer over it so I don't have any exposed stuff. And then it will be from there, I can do the rest of the felt. So, all right, we'll start with D-rings. So these are just standard normal D-rings. And I'm going to have like a little paper pile over here. All right, get these all out. So you can see this is just a normal D-ring. I'm going to take some of the correspond and I'm going to peel off one side of it. And then I'm going to slide it through the, it's a little tricky. I'm going to slide it through the D-ring. There we go. Because I want to create kind of like a folded adhesive part. Okay. Then I need to peel this paper off. So I'm going to start folding the tape over on itself. There we go. So this like messy, sticky thing here. And what I'm going to do is underneath this piece of felt, I'm going to place this correspond D-ring. Sorry, it's a little tricky. All right, so now I've got the D-ring secured in there. Okay. And then I'm going to take a piece of correspond black reinforcer. Just cut a strip like that. And I'm going to peel that off. Okay. And then I'm going to use that to reinforce the inside of this D-ring. Okay. I think I need just a little bit of little bit more of the reinforcer. I underestimated the width. There we go. the tape. Yeah. Sometimes it does not want to come off its adhesive tape. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to put the reinforcer here. There we go, and then put the felt right back over it. And now I have a D-ring that isn't going anywhere. So that is what I'm going to do for all of the sides of this. Okay. Cosbond is super, super sticky. It's just a word of warning to people. It works very well. All right, come on, little paper. There we go. Get paper off. Now, put this like right in the middle here. Like right there. Okay. And then I'll take the same piece of reinforcer. Put it right through there. All right. Okay. Go. And then we gotta do that to the top sides. And once this is done, we can go back to putting the felts on, which is pretty close to happening. Yay! And up here, whenever I wear the armor for Mandalorian Merida, I will have fur, so any bit of the adhesive that may potentially show through will disappear underneath all of that fur. So, yay! This is so much faster using Cosbond than super glue. And this Cosbond is awesome. Pretty happy with it. It's pretty easy to use, if not a little tacky. I think that's the whole point. You want it to be very tacky. Okay. So, go. Cool thing about using Cosbond instead of super glue too is it's a lot easier to clean up because super glue is messy. Even when you're cautious, it's messy. Whereas Cosbond, well, it's super sticky. At least it's not leaving a mess anywhere. Just get in there. Thank you. Stuck on my finger. Something good. Okay. All right. So we've got all of the D-rings in place so that this armor can be worn, and now I can finish lining it with felt, and I can move on to doing some sanding on my little gauntlets, and then pretty much all of this will be ready for painting. So yay, that was pretty fast. I do need to do some filler on the inside of this particular build, but that's okay. Okay. Again, if you would like this, if you like this armor, if you want to get the Mandalorian armor, the armor, I got this from Cyanok Studios. I think it's Cyanok. Could be Shynock. I'm not sure. I'll post it once I'm finished with putting it all together, and that way you guys can look at their stuff. They also sell Bo-Katan helmets, and they have some really cool products. So that is a great place to go if you're looking for Star Wars materials and things of the sort. Okay. And this is like, I feel like once you put together one 3D print, putting together another one just becomes easier. Because the first time I put together a 3D printed object was really hard. I didn't know what I was doing. And the plastic's a little bit different to work with than obviously foam or Worbla, which is a thermoplastic. So I had to get used to like the nuances of 3D printed materials. But now it's not too bad. You just kind of have to be a little bit more gentle with it. And I think that was like the learning curve, was getting more gentle with my costume. So I am not very gentle on my costumes. I'm pretty aggressive on costumes. Hard on them. So putting together armor, and then next week I'm going to get started on my Talit from ElfQuest. I hope. Well, it might be the week after, just because I have to wait for the fabric to arrive. So, you know, shipping and all that stuff. Next week, maybe what I could do is kind of walk through cosplay organization and tools and what I have for that. I've had a lot of questions about like what cosplay tools I have and what I use, and I do have a couple tools here that I could share with others. Kind of show you my process, storage. I have cleaned out a lot of costumes recently to make way for the new builds I'm doing this year, so that's good. There we go. Felting the inside of armor is definitely time consuming. But I'd rather have clean inside my armor, so I'm just gonna keep felting it. I don't know if you guys can hear music, but I have music going on right now. It's from Monster Cat, which offers music that you can stream safely and not have to worry about pesky licenses. Now, if you do want to buy licensed music, I recommend you can try Monster Cat. They do sell licensed music, but what is it called? Beatpick is good. And then there's benjaminsound.com as well. Or bensound, I think, bensound.com. Yeah. So Beatpick and bensound.com if you want to buy licenses for music. Those are great options. Because you can stream with licensed music if you own a license to it. So I just pay a monthly subscription fee to a service that has music that's approved for streaming. So it's made my life a little bit easier. All right. It's kind of nice to be pretty much done with the Mando armor after this. And it's really just kind of putting the final finishing touches on this costume. All right, let's get this part. The felt is also used as kind of like a reinforcer in the armor, so I like that. I'm pretty happy with the little Tamatoa things I showed you guys earlier. These are pretty cool. Tamatoa antenna. Okay. This is getting tricky. So I'm trying to get the edges here to get them nice and secure. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's do one of those on the other side. Okay, now place it here on this side. Try to get it to overlap the edge a bit so that I can get a nice clean edge here. I would like you to secure on the edge here, please. There we go. All right, get this right on the edge. There we go. Just gonna get a little righty. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. We still have another 4 or 5 minutes here before we wrap up the stream for today. So we almost have the inside completely lined. I just need to finish up this top part here, which I think I can do during the stream. So, and we've got the D-rings attached, and I mean, this is pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with one stream. We put together the chest armor for Mando, so yay! Then I just need to do about 2 sealing coats on the top part of this, and then I can paint everything hopefully tomorrow or today. And yeah, I'm making a lot of progress. Right. Man, this stuff dries out your hands though. Let's see, let's do it this way. Yeah, this one's being stubborn. But we're almost done. So tomorrow I'll be on Cause Talk Live again, and we're going to be chatting with Bros and Cons to talk about what it's like to be a cosplay photographer and how it is they interact with cosplayers to make them calm and happy during shoots, and kind of tips and tricks for cosplayers who might be going into photo shoots for the first time. And then next week on the crafting stream, I'm going to go through kind of a work in progress summary on things, then also we'll discuss kind of what I'm going to need to put together Nyrene Candros, and we'll just go over a couple other fun things next week. Okay, so I think if I cut this in half, it'll be perfect for what I need for both sides. And then I can let this settle a little bit before I hit it with some wood glue. And it's spray painted and wearable. Okay, so I have the entire inside of this armor completely lined. I will show you guys what it looks like before I end the stream for today. Let me put all of this away though. There's quite a bit of felt everywhere. I don't want it taking up too much space. So let me put the felt in the car falling away. I'm sorry for all the noise. I was like, eesh, worst noise ever. But this is how I don't lose my adhesives in my product. Store it away. My safe space. There we go. Okay. So here is the armor. There we go. Sits here. And I am pretty excited about it. It looks legit. So we put together a chest piece on the stream today, which is super awesome. It turned out really good. Thank you, Cynox Studios, for this amazing piece. I do have the D-rings on here so that I can do the strapping that I want to do. And I am that much closer to finishing Mandalorian Merida. So I will see you all tomorrow on Costalk Live and next week at our next thermal stream. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye. Okay, this is